COCO Gauff just turned a Cincinnati interview into one of the funniest tennis moments of the week. After her latest Cincinnati Open appearance, Gauff caught fans off guard with a hilarious forward reaction during a Tennis Channel interview. What started as a normal tennis conversation suddenly became a playful moment that had reporters and fans laughing. And the funniest part? This wasn't some carefully planned media moment. It was Coco simply being Coco. The clip quickly started getting attention online, with fans loving the American star's sense of humor and her ability to keep things light even while competing at one of the biggest tournaments of the summer. So what exactly happened, and why did those 4 words become such a talking point? Let's break down the viral Cincinnati moment. Welcome back to the channel. COCO Gauff is once again making headlines at the Cincinnati Open. But this time, it isn't because of a forehand winner, a dramatic comeback, or a tournament prediction. It's because of a forward phrase that completely caught people off guard. During a Cincinnati Open interview, Gauff and the Tennis Channel reporters got involved in a playful moment connected to the phrase "quiet on the creek." Gauff's reaction turned the interview into a hilarious exchange, and the clip quickly attracted attention from tennis fans. And honestly, this is exactly the kind of moment that shows another side of COCO Gauff. She's one of the biggest stars in women's tennis, but she's also known for being relaxed, funny, and willing to joke around when the situation allows it. And this Cincinnati interview was another perfect example. The forward moment. So let's talk about what happened. Gauff was taking part in an interview with Tennis Channel reporters when the conversation took an unexpected turn. Instead of staying completely serious and sticking to standard tennis questions, the interview became a playful moment involving the phrase "quiet on the creek." Gauff joined in with the joke, delivering her forward reaction in a way that immediately made the interaction memorable. That's what made the clip work so well. There wasn't some huge controversy. There wasn't a dramatic argument. There wasn't anything negative. It was simply a tennis superstar having fun during a media appearance. And sometimes those are the moments fans remember the most. Why fans loved it? One reason this moment connected with fans is because it felt natural. Professional tennis players spend so much time dealing with intense competition, press conferences, match analysis, and questions about rankings. But when an athlete suddenly shows their personality, fans get to see something different. And COCO Gauff has always had that ability. Whether she's joking with reporters, reacting to unexpected questions, or talking about things outside tennis, she often brings a relaxed energy to interviews. That's especially interesting because Gauff is still dealing with enormous expectations. Every match is analyzed. Every loss creates headlines. Every win brings new expectations. So moments like this remind fans that behind the competition is a young athlete who can simply laugh and enjoy the moment. Coco's personality on display. This is also why Gauff's interviews have become such an important part of her public image. She's not afraid to be herself. And that's something that can be difficult for athletes competing at the highest level. When you're constantly surrounded by cameras and microphones, it's easy for interviews to become repetitive. But Gauff often gives reporters something to work with. Sometimes it's a funny answer. Sometimes it's an unexpected reaction. And sometimes it's a completely spontaneous moment like this one. The Cincinnati clip is another example of why fans connect with her beyond the tennis court. The timing makes it even more interesting. And there's another reason this moment is getting attention. Gauff is competing during a very important part of the season. The Cincinnati Open is one of the biggest hardcourt tournaments leading into the US Open. That means the pressure is already high. Players are trying to find their best form. Coaches are working on tactical adjustments. And every match can provide valuable momentum heading toward New York. Yet despite all of that, Gauff was still able to relax enough to enjoy a funny interview moment. That's a positive sign. It shows that the pressure doesn't completely consume her. From serious competitor to funny interview star. On the court, Gauff is obviously a completely different person. She is intense. She competes hard. She fights for every point. And she's constantly trying to improve her game. But once the match is over, we sometimes see a much more playful side. That contrast is part of what makes her so entertaining. You can watch Gauff battle through a difficult 3-set match one day, and then see her laughing with reporters the next. That's the reality of professional sports. The competition is serious, but the athletes are still human. And fans clearly appreciated seeing that side of Gauff in Cincinnati. Why viral moments matter. Some people might look at a funny interview and say, "It's just a joke." And technically, yes. But these moments can have a bigger impact. Sports fans don't only follow statistics. They follow personalities. They remember celebrations. They remember funny interviews. They remember emotional reactions. And moments like this help fans feel more connected to athletes. For Goff, that's particularly valuable because her fan base continues to grow around the world. A short, funny interview clip can reach people who may not have watched the entire match. And suddenly, they're interested in the player behind the performance. The quiet on the creek moment may only last a few seconds, but it's exactly the kind of clip that fans share because it feels authentic and entertaining. And with the US Open getting closer, Goff will now have to turn that relaxed energy into serious tennis. Because the biggest challenges of the summer are still ahead. So what did you think of COCO Gauff's hilarious forward Cincinnati reaction? Was it one of the funniest tennis interview moments you've seen recently? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're following COCO Gauff's Cincinnati Open run and everything happening across the WTA, make sure to subscribe for more updates, reactions, and tennis stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.